the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, good Wednesday evening, everyone. Welcome to the Dirt Racing Network, a part of the Digital Sim Sports Network, and our live coverage of the Aces Up Big Track Aces Series season finale here from the dirt track at Charlotte. A host of drivers still in contention to pick up this championship. Noah Carpenter and Tanner Pettit both tied at the top of the standings, 425 points apiece. Eric Whitner, 20 points behind in third. None of those three drivers have picked up a win this season. All the wins have come pretty much from fourth on back. 2 for Lindgren, 2 for Smith, 1 for Hoffman. We got to scroll a little ways further back to find that other win. That was Tyler Schell early in the year, season opener. But Lindgren, with those 2 wins, 21 points back. He is in fourth. Kenny Hoffman, with an outside chance, 27 markers back at 398 points. Just about anybody still got a shot. I think in that top 5, I think it gets more and more limited the further down you go. But I do think a lot of guys, with the way the points are structured, have a shot at maybe pulling this off. We're definitely going to keep our eyes on Carpenter and Pettit tonight. that could come down simply to whoever finishes in front of whom in their feature this evening to close things out. But it's been a fantastic season. We're going to talk to our top three tonight. We're going to talk to our champion, and we're going to talk to our hard charger. We're also going to talk to series admin Chad Griggs at the end of the night here while we talk to our champion. The driver's trying to get the track worked in, brand new build. Everybody's dealing with that right now. Mixed reviews, I have to say, mixed reviews. I ran a few laps in a couple of different cars. I will say that it is not more of the same. My initial impression was, oh my God, this is going to be terrible. And then the longer I spent, the more I realized you cannot simply just get in the thing and hammer down and drive it like you used to. You actually have to drive a race car now. You have to think every single corner, every single lap. You got to look and find out where the slick is. You got to try to figure out where the grip is at. You can't go up and lay against the wall. There's a lot of things that we could do before that you can't now, and I think it's going to make guys have to relearn how they're racing in the dirt world at iRacing, and I think that is probably one of the more positive things to happen in a very long time. Now, I do hope that they fix some of the moisture issues pretty quickly. We're seeing these guys are going to really have to work this thing. And 18 cars in here, they're really going to have to work hard for the next 3.5 minutes to work this track down to get it to the slick state that some of these guys have become accustomed to racing on. And that also is going to take a lot of finesse. You got to use just about as much brake as you do gas now to get these cars to stay on angle and go fast. So really looking forward to that as things progress, to see where the next hot patch comes and what they attempt to change. The biggest thing is there's random moisture patches, and they are not readily visible on a lot of tracks. So that is going to be cool. Some guys are going to figure it out. They're going to be able to go forward, and other guys are going to miss it. They're going to slide back, and it's going to be a great learning curve. But right now we got a lot to go on tonight, a whole lot of racing here. 17 of our 18 drivers have taken time. Chad Griggs, the only one, has not yet. He's in the server. We'll see if he does. You can see Lindgren is right there. Pettit up at the top. Looking a little further down. There's Hoffman. He's about 10th quick. Carpenter, Noah Carpenter, 13th quick in the warm-up session. So we'll see how that goes. Well, good to hear. I've heard probably more positives than negatives. And some of the negatives are, from people that I expect that negative from. They don't want to have to learn new. They don't want to have to start over. They don't want to have to try. They were, able to do things and be successful. And now they may not be successful for a long time because they're going to have to relearn. Those are the people I expect all the negativity from. The guys that understand dirt, want to race, they want to be challenged, not just by other drivers, but by the cars, by the tracks, by the whole, sim. They are excited. I can't wait to get things going back at DSRL again. We're going to do some different stuff. We're going to try some things. We're kind of waiting for patches to come and make sure of where we're going to be before we try the season. I know a lot of guys said, you know what, we got a patch. It's all brand new. Let's just get to racing. I hope that works out for them. I hope everybody enjoys. I hope everybody goes back to it. I actually hope we see an influx again of drivers in the dirt community. But we'll just have to play that by ear and see. Going to be a lot of fun. I know there is a ton going on right here, right now. And these guys are going to start doing some monthly shows, I think, is what. And we'll ask Chad when we bring him in for our end of the season interview with him about what his plans are. But he's got a championship to put these guys on right now. As you can see, Joey Lindgren, and let me put the gaps up there. I can tell you that Lindgren is at 11:69 for his lap, and that's just scooting it around here. So that's pretty good. Guys are starting to find some speed and some time in here. Nothing potential for tomorrow night. I think we're going to try to do some testing. I want to get some 360s out, and I want to get some things done before the big King of the Wing week starting on the 19th. I want to get some testing done in all the cars on those tracks so that we know what to expect. So probably no broadcasting again until next Tuesday night. a whole lot to deal with. But right now it's qualifying time. So track state not going to be reset. Drivers will just be able to roll out there and get their qualifying times in. That's going to set our fields. Look like 3 heat races tonight. Everybody's going to the show, it looks like, because we did not go over 20 drivers. 30 laps for our season finale feature. Drivers starting to make it out onto the track. Bowen Smith is already out here. He is cruising around already. Payouts for this evening, and I did receive that. Let me go back to that. So the weekly payouts are going to stay the same. That for tonight's race. That's been 25 to win, 15 for second, and 10 for third. The championship is going to pay $260 to our overall champion, $210 to second, $160 to third, $110 to fourth, and $60 to that fifth place points finisher this season. All these guys paid an entry fee to be here right now. Bowen Smith, quickest, 12.67. Team Millie. I've been wondering where the Milliacs have been, and I didn't see Mr. Miller in the server. I do now. He fourth quick on his first lap. We'll see where he falls out in lap number 2. We're looking to see who is going to be quickest time. Right now, it's Bowen Smith. Had a good lap for him. Miller, not improving. Actually went just a tick slower. Went 12.92 instead of 12.90. Ross Kaiser is rolling out on the track. Tanner Pettit, one of our points leaders, is on track as well. And he is coming out of turn 4. He is going to get on the clock right here. Put his first timed lap in. There goes Joey Lindgren, 12.52. New quick time on the board. That's a pretty big jump from the 67ths. 10th and a half. Cameron Pritchard gets up there, 12.53. So he is right behind Lindgren. Pettit at a 12.61. And his second lap coming out of turn number 4. He did not go fast. In fact, he went quite a bit slower. Pritchard looks like he mimicked time, 12.53 and 12.53. Let's see what Tim Smith can do here. Smith, a back-to-back winner on the season. 12.53, just a tiny bit slower. I think he missed it right there. I would be surprised if that lap is quicker, and it is not a 12.61. So 12.52 for Lindgren. Quickest, only 3 drivers yet to time in. Mason Coffey, one of those, and 13th quick on his first lap. He's got a lot of work to do in lap number 2. And I don't think he got out of turn 2 anywhere near fast enough to fix that. Looks like Newbert and Grimm. So we're going to see how they shake out in our heat races. We're going to get down to our starting grid. We are just waiting for drivers to start grid now. Matt Grimm was out there, and he still is. This is how they line up in heat number 1. Going to be the 16 of Lindgren on the pole, and one of your points leaders, Tanner Pettit, on his outside, so the front row of heat number 1 going to contain 2 drivers that are both in the top 4. Eric Whitner, make it 3 in the top 4. The 17 car inside row number 2 next to the 8 of Ross Kaiser. Kaiser 6th in the points. Mason Coffey in there in the 24 car, starts inside of row number 3, and he'll have Matt Grimm in the 91 on his outside. Those 6 cars. So 3 of our top 4 in points. Ready to roll off. Mason Coffey right now, the only driver not on the grid. I don't know what he's doing. These guys going to end up rolling away without him. So troubles right out of the box for Coffey. Looks like Kaiser trying to see if the bumps and rebounds on his shock absorbers are actually turned on. So he's got that car wiggling all over the place. All right. One more time around. The pace truck will drop off on the backstretch, and we'll get heat number 1 underway. Everybody be transferring this evening. 3 6-car heats. All right, here we go. Pace truck in. We're going to get ready to cut these guys loose down here in turn number 4. Lingering on the throttle. Green flag in the air. Good run out of the corner for Pettit. He is going to slingshot right past. Lingard, he'll need lap number 1. He's going to go straight to the top side. You can see these guys would probably normally get in there and just hug right up to the top. Be able to do a little contact there. Short slider. As I think Whitner went for second place over Lingard, and they tapped push bars, and that is going to loosen up that 17 machine. It's going to fall back just a little ways. Hey, Mr. Mustard, how you doing, buddy? So far, I'm pretty much a fan. I think it's going to be a great challenge for everybody after we learn how to race the cars. So. Pettit, half a second. He has got it figured out quickly here. Wants to win that championship, it looks like. He is going to be a second ahead with inside 3 to go. Lingard second. Whitner back up there to the 3rd spot as he got back around. Lost Kyle. Grimm in the 5th to find the spot. Mason Coffey not even on the track right now. We'll watch the guys as they head down the backstretch. This time out of turn number 4, we're going to see white flag from the flag stand. One more lap to go in our first heat. And Pettit hanging on to about a full second. That's about half a straightaway. Pettit will have a good starting spot for the feature. That'll keep him in contention for this championship. Lingard second. Whitner, Kaiser, and Grimm rounding things out. So Pettit tied with Carpenter. Get down here and get ready to go through the starting grid for heat number 2, and it's going to be 2-time winner in the series, Tim Smith in the 86 on the pole, and he'll have the 12 car of Bowen Smith beside him. So the Smith brothers, and they're probably not brothers, it's just funny to say that. On the front row, Brett Wilson, the 53 car, going to start inside of row number 2. Pardon me, got a frog there. And then T. Millie, Tanner Miller, in the 9 car, starting in on the outside of the 2nd row. We'll see Ryan Paget, 96 machine, inside row number 3. And we were scheduled to have the 518 of Joseph Grandy on the outside, but apparently that's not going to come to fruition. So we'll just roll the boys out. We'll put 5 cars again. Yeah, we're trying to get everything kind of together, Terry, so that we can get our King of the Wing week starting on the 19th going, because the 305s are at Lima, the 360s are going to be at Lucas, and then the big Jason Johnson Memorial 410 show at Knoxville. So we got to get everything in order before we do that. I was nervous knowing the new build was coming, but after the testing, even if they put out a patch, I think it's going to be fantastic. The challenge is there, and we'll just see who can step up for that deal. So, all right, pace truck is in. Heat number 2, ready to kick off. Everybody going to the future tonight. Great points battle for the championship. Green flag in the air, and I am not one bit surprised. I didn't see the car jump straight to the front. He's going to have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's just keep increasing, and he was almost 10 to 12 car lengths ahead of Bowman Smith right now. Coming through 3 and 4. Now Smith finds a little bit of fence back on the backstretch. Closing in, and here comes Brent Wilson. Wilson with a good run, the 53 car. I think bumping the fence down the backstretch slowed down Smith, made it look a little different. And then there goes Brett making a liar out of him. Man, what a run out of 2 for him. Meanwhile, out in front, Jim Smith starting to get away. He's almost a full second out. We're going to be halfway in this heat right here this time by. Good battle there. Wilson in third, Paget here in fourth, and he's got Miller all over fourth and fifth place cars. So good battling going on. A lot of good racing for these guys. Going to be 2 to go. We come out of 4, and Tim Smith having his way, 1 1/4 seconds ahead. Well, that time Smith gets into 1 and finds the fence. We'll see if it broke the car. He hit it pretty soft. He stayed on it a little bit. He is going to lead coming back to the white. That car just went right up to the top, right over the cushion. There goes Smith right past Wilson, as Wilson found the fence. But Tim Smith will win heat number 2. Bowman Smith second. Brett Wilson in third. And Ryan Paget out the field. So saw the wall bite somebody already, and that was one of the things that we were looking forward to, is seeing if you could continue to quote unquote wall ride, and it doesn't appear that we can do that anymore. So that's a great thing. But our third heat, gridding out on the front stretch, is going to line up like this. 21, Cameron Pritchard will be on the pole, and he'll have the 49 of Ryan Avila beside him. The other driver tied for the championship currently, coming into the final night, a 42 car of Noah Carpenter inside of row number 2. Next to Kenny Hoffman. Hoffman about 5th in the points. He's only about 27 points back. And then Jeff Newbert starting in the 5th and final spot. Newbert in that 0-2-1 machine. Yeah, thanks, Terry. Hopefully I can see you on track pretty soon. Go over to the fan page, Dirt Slingers Racing League, and read through all the stuff, get signed up, run the King of the Wing week. A lot going on that week, too. 3 races, all 3 individual races, but all 3 count towards one common deal. So go check that out. All right, Pace Truck is out of the way. Final heat race of the evening. These guys will be done with heat racing. They'll probably have a few minutes to warm up, and they probably will take maybe the 10-minute session.
Green flag.
Hopefully we'll talk more to come and talk to us before we get to the championship. Green flag in the air, and Ryan Avila immediately asserted himself and took the lead away from Cameron Pritchard. Kenny Hoffman just trying to work that push button. Hoffman had a little problem getting through 1. It looked like Pritchard maybe had a problem getting through 2. Both drivers just barely found that concrete barrier on the outside. Hoffman cutting the car down early, and Pritchard once again with an issue coming out of 2. Tight, close right here for second and third. Everybody's going to the show. It's all about your starting spot. Back here, not showing us a whole lot yet. He may just be feeling the track out, trying to figure out what he needs to do so when he gets in the future, he can be a little quicker. Because he is in the battle for the points, tied with Tanner Pettit right now. You betcha, Terry. 2 laps to go, final heat race. The white flag out, checkered flag coming this time. And it will be Avia, then Pritchard, Hoffman, Carpenter, and Newbert rounding things out for our final heat race. What in the world is going on right now? Okay, I can't get a task. All right, guys, going to have a few minutes for their warm-up session. I got all kinds of good stuff going on. We'll get back to it. We'll just show you. Well, waiting to hear back from Mr. Griggs. I don't know. Trying to get a couple drivers in here, guys, so that is why this is kind of doing so, and I'm watching to see if they come in. Let me see if they're coming into the chat here so I can talk to our top 2 in the points. So far, I don't see anybody, but that's okay. We'll keep talking about the time. One thing I will say, the new damage model, at least it looks a little bit better. When the guys crash, the wings fall off, and the tires get all wonky on the cars, and it looks good. I know I bumped the fence pretty good at Knoxville, right rear, and I didn't get 5 to maybe 10 car lengths down the track, and I was being told that wheel damage almost immediately. So I am hoping, my fingers are crossed, that this is a monumental deal, and maybe we can start to enjoy dirt racing again like we used to back in the days when things were fairly new. The 2 groups pretty easy, the tracks were pretty racy. The guys didn't do wonky things with setups and all of that stuff. So. about that. I'm trying to figure out what is slowing everything down right now. I don't see any lag in the stream. If you guys see any, let me know, please. For whatever reason, weird things are happening on my desktop. These guys going to get pretty much all of the practice session. I was told this beforehand. Because they really want to try to wear the track in. And it takes a lot of laps to wear these tracks in now. That I haven't seen you guys get rowdy at all tonight. What is up with that? Minutes and 40 seconds here, and I think they're just really trying to get some wear. This is a really good test, and we'll see if this is going to work for these guys. So maybe things starting to settle down just a little. Still making laps. It looks like everybody's trying to wear in all of the grooves of the track. Had guys down low, had guys through the middle. Seen some guys right up high. You see right there. That's Brett Wilson. He was up against the fence. Pretty good. Now he's trying to work down on the bottom. Tim Smith is working in and out. Looks like he's probably going to take it. It's Kenny Hoffman here with Ross Kaiser. These guys going back and forth. Figuring out where the sliders are going to work, where they're not, what is going to work from them, and what isn't. Like to see this thing get really slick. I think I would too, because I'd like to see different lines and maybe where you see the moisture. See, in the cockpit, they're not able to really tell where the tacking strips are. Up here, it looks like this place is just wearing in like it always has. I don't think it's wearing in as fast as it normally does. group of cars right here. Like I said, they talked in the pre-race about using the entire 10-minute warm-up to try to run enough laps to knock the track down. Just about 15 minutes of the warm-up session beforehand in the heat races, and now we're going through this right here. Top of that car. So this is going to be what we've got. And we're going to get ready to look at our starting lineup here for the season finale tonight's A main 30 laps. It's going to be one of your points leaders, Tanner Pettit, the 24 car on pole. You have Tim Smith on his outside. 49 Ryan Villa inside row number 2 next to Joey Lindgren. Lindgren inside that top 5 in points. A little ways back, about 20 back. Owen Smith, 12 car, row 3 inside next to the 21 of Cameron Pritchard. Eric Whitner, 17 car. 53 of Brett Wilson will make up a row number 4. Your 5th row will be the 1 of Kenny Hoffman on the inside. The 8 of Ross Kaiser on the out. And Tyler Miller, 9 car, inside row number 6 next to the other points leader in the 42 car, Noah Carpenter. So Carpenter, a lot of work to do if he's going to get up here towards the front and challenge to keep his hands on the trophy till the bitter end. Matt Graham, the 91, inside row number 7 with Ryan Padgett, 98 car on his outside. 21 of Jeff Newberg inside of that 8th row. We'll have Mason Coffey in the 24 car on his outside. And your final starter for the evening, scheduled to be the 518 of Joseph Grandy. I do not see Mason Coffey. I do not see Joseph Grandy. I think we're going 15 cars this evening. That is what it looks like. 7 rows of 2 and an 8th row of singles. So one more time around behind the pace truck here. They'll cut them loose after turn number 4. Aces Up Big Track, Aces season finale. Crowning a champion. We'll talk to our top 3 at the end of the race. I think we're going to try to talk to our top 3 in the points. We're going to talk to our champion, and we're definitely going to talk to the Finish Line Designs hard charger at the end of this one. But it is time.
Green flag, green
Flag.
flag.
The flag in the air. Pettit wasted no time. Picked his spot. He's going to jump out to the front. Into the 3rd spot. Ian is right there, gentlemen. That was Bowen Smith and Cameron Pritchard. Almost literally going tire to tire right there. AC Pritchard finding the fence and that slowed the car down quite a bit. Don't know if he got much damage out of that. He hit it very hard, but it did slow him down a good deal. So getting up there, laying on that fence is not going to be the way to get around fast anymore. Lindgren and Smith now starting to go at it for second as Pettit is starting to get away from these guys. 3/4 of a second already. Lindgren goes around the top side. Smith gets out of shape. Villa gets around as well. Bowen Smith tucked in our first caution. I'm not sure. I don't think this one's going to caution. Oh, they're going right off the fence right there. Yep, that's going to be your caution. That's Jeff Newberg getting the 021 stuck into the fence. You can see when it pulls it up there, it just kind of grabs it and holds it. Now the suspension on that car broken, right side falling down as he's trying to get it into the infield right there. So we'll get the lineup. Pettit, Lindgren, Avia, Smith, and Smith. That's Tim Smith and then Bowen Smith. That's your top 5. Whitner, Pritchard, Hoffman, Kaiser, Grimm, and that's the top 10. Carpenter. Only 1 or 2 spots now. He's up to 11. So I think He started 12th, and he is now running in 11th. Brett Wilson in the work area. Trying to bring that car to the attention of the group. Something not right. Can't get it in the box square, can't get it in the box at all, not sure. Lights are off on that pace truck. That pace truck's going to make the hard left turn to the infield. We're going to get started again here. Still 25 laps to go as we close out the season.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag back in the air. We are racing once again. 25 to go. Season finale. Tanner Pettit. Great jump. Back out to about half a second. Lindgren and Avia going at it. Tooth and nail back here. That time Lindgren bumps the fence out of turn 4. Opens the door. Avia going to go by. And Lindgren going to try to work the slingshot out of 2. Here comes Goldsmith. Caution Kenny Hoffman. All kinds of issues for the one machine. He's up high. He's still up high. Coming out of the corner. Oh, yeah. Ross Kaiser that moved up, and Grimm scooched a little, and that left Hoffman nowhere to go. So Kenny Hoffman going to head into the infield. Yeah, we were talking about it earlier, Scott, and it is not just more of the same, and I'm very happy about that. So, new learning curve. Guys are going to have to learn how to drive all over again. Guys are going to have to learn how to rebuild setups again. I can say I think it was worth the wait. I mean, you know, a little bit of time will definitely prove that out, whether I'm right or wrong. I have read some really good reviews. I have read some really poor reviews, and I stated earlier that I thought the poor reviews would come from a certain group of people, and I am not shocked by that. But yeah, I think overall, I think it's better. You got to drive. You got to think. You got to. It's not just hammer down and just make sure you're putting it in the right places. Now, not only you got to put it in the right place, but you got to use both feet. You got to use your hands. You got to use your head. So yeah. I think fun times are ahead, and I hope some people come back and we can start getting some really good races again. So, only time will tell for sure. That pace truck is out of the way. 23 laps remaining. Season finale. Aces Up Big Track Aces Series Championship night right here. One of your points leaders getting us restarted. Tanner Pettit on the throttle. He did not get as big a jump as he did on the first two. This restart. So, put him out there. We're going to keep him out there at about 4:10s. Lindgren and Avia, I don't think those two are done with each other just yet. Smith having a real good run tonight up here in the top 4. Smith hanging on to the top 5. He's really trying to find out where the ragged edge is. You can see that car did not want to turn. Got up on top of the fluff. He really had to back down. Get it to turn and come back down the hill. Whitner right behind that. Pritchard has fallen back to the 7th spot. Kaiser is in 8th, Grimm 9th, and Miller in the 10th spot. Only 13 cars on the track. Get back towards the front. Watch the leaders in the top 3. Now Lindgren starting to close in, getting away from Avia. Lindgren. Slide job 3 and 4. I don't think he got up there in time, and he knew it. Left the door open, and Pettit went right back by him. Good racing from the front too right now. One of the things that I have heard is that now you've got to be precise. You've got to be really Johnny on the spot. If you make a mistake, it hurts you for quite a few laps unless the guy in front of you. We're seeing that right there. Lindgren went for the slider. Missed it. Had to leave space and back out. And now it's closed up about a third of the distance that he lost. So, looking off laps in the 13.5, 13.6 brackets right now. We were pretty fast in the opening. There's another mistake. He's going to lose a lot of time now. Out to a full second. He added down to about a quarter of a second. Caution once again. Oh no, T. Millie and the Milliacs. Not going to be happy about this one. Carpenter and Miller right here racing forward. Up the hill, yeah. Up the hill, didn't leave enough room, and now they're going to get hooked together, and they're going to get out of it. Carpenter might have tried to get out of the way, but he got whacked for his efforts. So I think he'll be rolling again. Actually, he had to take it to the work here to have him check it out. So just at halfway, we just crossed under the halfway threshold. We'll have 14 laps remaining. Make it 13 to go. When we go back to the green. Pettit has led every single lap. He was tied with Noah Carpenter at a 40 points lead, and with Carpenter off track, I think if he doesn't get back by the time we go back to green, which should be next lap, I think you can sign, seal, and deliver this thing right to the hands of Tanner Pettit. Tanner Miller off track as well, so war of attrition here. The new build starting to bite people. We're down to about 11 cars on the track. We started with 16, 17. So the lights are off on the pace chart. 13 to go, green out of turn 4. Closing out the season.
Green flag, green flag.
Single file from the start and finish line. Pettit with another good start, but I think we're trying to reel him in once again. Coming to slide goes up the hill, close the door. Pettit able to cross right underneath. Good move. Keeps it tight, but Avia now back into Tim Smith back. Oh, Smith and Avia. We watched that. Watch that happen right there. And Avia, I think he thought for sure he was going to be clear here coming out of 4. He was going to move right back to the top, and Smith had a big run. And I don't know, he was kind of there, so he got just a little bit of help, it looks like. But you can see wing comes off, crushes, goes away. Going in, they're going to probably try to put a new wing on that. So it was the lineup going to be fixed here in just a second. It's still Pettit, Lindgren, Avia. Now Pettit, Lindgren, Tim Smith, Bowen Smith, and Ross Kaiser are the top 5 right now. Things have not updated as of yet. Yeah, you know, and I haven't really been able to experience a bunch. I didn't run a lot of laps, but I haven't been able to experience a bunch with the tire wear. But I have heard some people talking about the tire wear too. Now, me personally, when the track gets slick, I want to see guys be able to blow a tire. If you're out there just roasting that right rear off, I want to see that thing go down. You know, I know your times are going to fall off, but you know, we've all been to the track. We've all seen it. The track gets dry slick. Guys want to, you know, keep going through the slick, going through the slick, going through the slick. Pretty quick, the tire goes down. And that's what I want to see. If we can get that, it's a game changer. Some of these guys will adjust well, some will not. It will take them a very long time to relearn how to drive these race cars, and that's what I want to see. It's a lot of anticipation and expectation for me. into the fourth caution
Green
period
flag,
right
green
here.
flag.
The green flag comes back out. Tanner Pettit, 32 current points leaders in the series here on championship night. And he has been hanging tough. He's getting some challenges. Coming in for Joey Lingren and Tim Smith. And this time Smith gets into the back. Coming out of the corner. Bowen Smith now going to threaten the needle slide between the cars. Trying to hang on. Could not do it. Here comes Tim Smith. Smith goes 2 for 1 down the backstretch. Lingren able to work right back around the exit of course. So good battle in here, and I think this is part of what Scott and I were just talking about is tire wear and different things. And these guys starting to wear the tires maybe a little bit. And so that tiny little mistake, you're going to go back and forth. They are letting Pettit really get out here. 0.3 of a second. It looks like a lot more than that to me on the track. We just crossed into 10 to go land right there. Bowen Smith in the fourth spot. Ross Kaiser back in fifth. Back in there. Ryan Pettit and Tanner Miller right there in the top 10. Tanner Pettit now starting to get away. Now it looks like a second. I thought it was a second before. And now it truly does look like it's a 1 second gap. Tim Smith. Joey Lingren in the second. Tim Smith is falling way into the third spot. That car really falling off now. You can see just how close they're getting up there. We'll go up here with our drone. And he is right near it, but he is not into the fence. Man, he is up there really close to it, and you can see the buildup. That curb kind of starting to form right along the wall right there, and it's kind of keeping them in play. But if they get up on top of it, they'll get right into that fence. And it really does not do the car any good at all. 6 to go that time. Still Pettit, Lingren, Smith. Smith is quite a ways back. He's a full set of turns behind. That says 5 to go. I don't know what our scoring and timing is doing, but it looks like we're done here with Pettit, Lingren, and Smith. Yeah, something's going on with our timing and scoring. I thought the laps were clicking off pretty fast there, so. Let's try this again. Hide that, so we're just going to get down here. Interview. I don't know what is happening with that. So it looks like we are going to talk to at least our top 2 in points and our champion as they all start to roll in here. I may just shut down these overlays altogether and talk to these guys because I think these overlays are the problem. All right, let me see if I can. You know what? That's okay. We're shutting these down. Yeah, I can't get any of this to go, so that's going to frustrate me beyond all measure, folks. Just a second here. I'm going to try something ridiculous. Yep. I knew that would be a mistake. There we go. Now we're better. I think. I don't know. Maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. Guys, we're going to have all kinds of fun tonight. So we're going to get them in here. We're going to talk to them if we can. Man, this is pissing me off. We got through most of this show just fine, guys. And then we get to this. And why is that changing? Wow. That is very, 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 very frustrating. Yeah, we can't do anything. So, well, we're just going to grab it, guys. We're going to try anyway. Oh my gosh. This is beyond frustrating, folks, and I apologize for this, but I do not know what to do right here. I really don't. I have never, ever had this happen before. But I think it's time for me to find a new overlay system for sure. I can't get any of my screens to come back. There we go. Maybe now we can do it. All right, let's get them in here now. Let's talk to Tim Smith. Let's try that. Let's see if that works out. Tim Smith, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right. Sorry it took me so long to get to you, but we're having all kinds of weird issues right now with our overlays. So we have abandoned that whole thing. But closing the season out here, man. You won twice this year, and things were looking pretty good. You run third tonight here. Tell us first about your run out here, and then tell us your thoughts about the new build and how has it changed the racing going forward.
Our run was okay. Just, I got into some trouble. Basically a learning experience. I apologize to Ryan. I mean, I looked at to me, he got loose and slipped in front of me. I tried to hit the brakes and dodge him, but, it's too late. And about the new build, like I said, it's just a learning experience. It's the first race on it, so we were going to gather as much information as possible, and we're just going to go from there.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of guys had a few things figured out, and then late in the race, things started to change, and it looked like the tire wear may be a big issue. Were you having problems with tire wear?
I think it was the tire wear, or maybe the setup was a little bit off at the very end, but we really fell off the last 5 laps. I don't know if we burped them up trying to get around everybody there, or I'm not sure. Like I said, we kind of have to go back to the drawing board and see what happened. But midway through the race, I feel like we're the fastest cars, and at the beginning of the race, we also had trouble. So it's definitely interesting, man. It's definitely a different ball game as far as that goes.
Well, still not a bad way to close out the season. A lot of good runs. You're on the podium again, man. Give us some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you get out of here and celebrate.
Thank you. We got to thank Tiger Towing, Tony Stewart, the Stewart House, Automotive Specialist, Castle Farm, Sons of Farms, BPM, Colton Crane Racing, Clinton Farm Supply, Colton Crane Racing, Napa, Maxim Chassis, Wolf Pumps, and Briar Patch.
All right, man. Congrats on a great season. We'll look forward to seeing you back here next season, and go learn some things and share it with some of us, will you?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Thank you. I'll show back up for the short track, hopefully.
All right. Sounds good, man. Tim Smith finishing third tonight. Before I move to our top two, because I think these two might be top 2 in points here, I want to grab tonight's Finish Line Designs Hard Charger. And I want to talk to Matt Grimm real quick. Matt, how you doing, buddy?
Good. How you doing?
I've been worse. I will say that. Let me get where I can try to get to your car here, buddy. Sorry. Our overlays seem to have decided to crap out on us. So, I don't know. I'm having trouble getting images on the screen. So we're just going to do it the old-fashioned way. But new build. Pretty good results. 91 car comes quite a ways forward. Tell us about your night tonight.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I got on 10 minutes before this race started. I ran with 360 race last night. That was about it. Finished second in that, and then just kind of came in here trying to work off old sets and figure out what I needed to do. And didn't have much time, but it seems to. It worked a little bit, at least enough. Kind of got lucky and avoided some things.
Well, from everything that I have read, the old sets really aren't even a great baseline. What did you kind of find in old sets that maybe you could work from?
Well, I didn't even really try a baseline set, so I kind of just was playing with some stagger and some wheel spacing, and definitely need more gear now. And so I was messing around with that, trying to figure out what zone I needed to be in, and I don't know if I really found it, but it's definitely different.
All right, man. Well, an awesome run. You're going to be hard charger. Finish Line Designs with a new skin. Will we get to see that in the short track season?
Yeah, I'll be back if they'll let me.
All right, man. Give us some shout outs, some thank yous before we let you get out of here, buddy.
Yeah, thanks to all the guys over at YOB Racing, LCJ Carpentry, Catalyst and Computers, Stingray Rock Tools Australia, King Race Designs, and Tim over at Speed Factory. I'm sure he'll be coming out with some good sets here soon.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on a great run and a great season. We'll see you in the short track portion.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Matt Grimm, your hard charger this evening. And now let's move on. I think he finished second in the points as well. That hasn't been confirmed to me just yet, but I do know he finished second on the racetrack tonight, and he worked hard to get that. 16th car, Joey Lindgren. How you doing tonight?
I'm good. How about you, Roger?
If my overlays hadn't crapped out, I'd be doing a whole lot better, but I am so excited just about the new build and some of the things that I've heard, some of the things that I have now seen. I'm going to ask you for your assessment of that here in a little bit, but I want you to tell me about the race tonight and finishing second in this whole deal. You won 2 races, right?
Yeah, I won 2 races.
So
Multiple top 5s, I think.
Yeah, so a second place, and I think you might have come home second in the points because all the other guys had pretty rough nights tonight. I haven't had it confirmed yet, but overall, pretty dang good season. Your thoughts tonight about the race out here at Charlotte? Close things out.
I think the race is pretty good, to be honest with you. Didn't really know what we were expecting for racing wise. New build, obviously yesterday, and lots of laps of testing. Me, Tanner, Clayton Tilley, Aiden Forrester, and Ryan Avila. He kind of built something up for this race, and yeah, honestly, it was pretty good, if I do say so myself.
Clayton was in the chat cheering up the Speed Shop 51 guys for sure. So now that we talked a little bit about the race here tonight, quickly, the season, and we started off on one build, we finished on another, and you were really good at the beginning, kind of tapered off in the middle, and then here's the podium tonight. How do you think things will go as we start to progress through with having to learn the way the tracks are going to wear differently, how to set the cars up a little bit differently, and basically relearn how to drive this car?
I think it'll be pretty good, honestly. No more leaner stuff, and no more touching the right side of or touching the. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Honestly, I'm kind of ecstatic about finishing second in points, but no more leaner sets. No more one liner on the top. I've seen multiple races go to the bottom. A couple times around here at Charlotte during tests went to the bottom, and yeah, it should be some great racing overall. Once people figure out sets, it'll be definitely good racing for sure.
Well, awesome job all season, man. Looking forward to seeing you come back in the short track. Give us some shout-outs and thank yous. We'll let you get out of here and go celebrate with your teammates.
Yeah, I gotta thank Speed Shop 51, Trackside Collective, CT Designs, Joey Linger Photography, Clayton Tilley, Tanner Pettit, Ryan Avila, and Forrester again for the hours of testing we did last night and today, and yeah, thank you for putting it on. Thanks for the Aces Up Sim Sports guys for putting on this big track league, and yeah, hopefully we can follow it up again with a good points run for the short track series.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Congrats again on a great season, and we'll look forward to seeing you back here in a few weeks.
All right, thank you.
Joseph Lindgren finishing in that second position, not only tonight on the track, but in the points, I believe, also. And we'll bring him in here. He came in tonight tied for the lead. His counterpart, rough night tonight, basically a runaway for the 24. He leads flag to flag, picks up the win, kind of puts a big stamp on this thing as he closes out the season. Tanner Pettit, how you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. Pretty stoked about this.
Yeah, great season. Not a win coming into tonight's race. Brand new build, and here's the 24 car standing on top of the podium, hoisting the big trophy. How'd you get here tonight?
Yeah, after the first couple races, I had a couple terrible runs, and I really didn't think I'd be a part of it. And a couple races later, I found myself back in the battle, and here we are.
Yeah, it looked like, with the new build, tracks are going to be completely different. It looks like you're really going to have to work on setups a whole lot more. And from the little bit I drove the car around last night after they're downloading the patch, or I guess the whole new build. It's not just a patch. And talking to some guys at some different servers, you can't drive them like you used to. You can't just be on or off the throttle. You really got to work both feet, both hands, and you got to be thinking the whole time you're racing. Is that what you were feeling out there tonight?
Oh, 100%. You definitely have to be a lot more technical with how you maneuver the car and so on. Luckily, I've got Clayton Tilley over at Speed Shop 51. He builds amazing setups for me. He gets the team rolling. Me, Joey Lindgren, Aiden Forrester, Ryan Avila, we all put quite a few test laps in, and we got her all dialed and made sure we were ready for today. So couldn't be more thankful for them.
Well, you were getting great restarts. You were able to hold these guys for the most part, almost a quarter of a second the whole time. What did you find that kept you? Because they say that the moisture moves around here. So how were you able to find enough to hold these guys off?
It was really more about getting in a rhythm for me. It took me a lap or two to really get there, which made me a little nervous on the restarts. But once I got going for a lap or two, I really felt like I could get in a strong rhythm, and it was hard to make a mistake from there.
Well, we don't have Chad here to talk about the championship, but a fairly consistent season. My recollection, really only one bad week in the whole thing. And like I said at the beginning, you really didn't have any wins, but you did have some really strong runs. You capped things off tonight. Kind of walk us through your season and swapping builds. Obviously that throws a big monkey wrench in things, but your comfort level before the first 6 weeks, and then, how you're looking at things as we get ready to go to the short track season.
Yeah. After the first 6 weeks, I really didn't think I'd be something, or actually I guess first 2 or 3, but I made sure just when I was having a little bit of a bad night to salvage and make sure to keep a decent finishing position, not hurt yourself too much on points, and luckily I put myself here.
Well, an awesome season nonetheless. I'm sure you have got a pile of thank yous, shout outs, whatever. I'll let you take it away for a minute before we let you get out of here and go celebrate with your team.
Yeah, I already mentioned him, but Clayton Tilley over at Speed Shop 51. He's the best. He's the greatest. And my teammates, we get it done.
All right. Well, I will be looking forward to seeing all you guys back for the short track portion of 2023. And congrats from DRN to you for the championship. Hoist the trophy high,
yes,
and then come back and try to defend it next season, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Will do.
All right. Tanner Pettit, ladies and gentlemen, your champion and the race winner tonight, closes things off, takes a victory lap, and puts a big fat stamp on it. I do not have... Actually, you know what? Let's just do this the old-fashioned way. And I'm sorry you guys got to see this, but this is kind of how we used to do stuff anyway. Let's go in here. Let's look at our results. We're going to do this the old-fashioned way so that I can tell you this is exactly how they finished. Pettit, Lindgren, Smith, Kaiser. Bowen Smith was 5th. Grimm, Whitner, Pritchard, Miller, Paget, Carpenter, Avia, Hoffman, Newbert, Wilson, Coffee, Grandy, and Griggs rounded things out. I am going to figure out what the heck happened to our overlays, and that stuff will be fixed before we go live again. That frustrates me to no good end. Like I said, sorry you guys have to see the old-fashioned way of doing things, but I'm old enough to remember how to do that, so yeah. It's been a great season. I'm looking forward to these guys for next season on the short tracks. I've already talked to Chad a few times about different things, and I think we got a plan going forward. Going to be exciting. We will not be back again on air until next Tuesday night. That'll be the Short Track Showdown series. Still working on integrating into the Digital Sim Sports Network with the Dirt Racing Network as things become available. Make sure you go over to the Facebook page, like, share, and follow over there, and then on YouTube and Twitch, hit the subscribe button. You'll know each time something happens because we try to keep everybody up to date. A lot going on in the month of June. If you're a follower, you'll know. So make sure you are some kind of follower, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Without you guys, there's no reason for us to do this. Without all the great leagues to give us great racing, and I'm hoping there's more and more coming back, especially on the dirt side. There isn't a whole lot of stuff for us to cover to give you that great racing. So a big thanks to them. I talked to Zach Krieger today, by the way, and Zach Krieger is going to come back and start doing some Monday night stuff with us. So looking forward to some stuff coming on Monday nights here within the next, let's call it 3 to 4 weeks. So Zach, fantastic, and Zach, real life announcer at multiple tracks, Beaver Dam. I don't remember the whole litany of them that he does, but he is wonderful at calling the races and a lot of fun to have here. So he's coming back, so we're looking forward to that. But guys, I want to thank you once again for your time. Hope you've enjoyed the show. Make sure you tune back in next Tuesday night when we go live, and then it'll be pretty much a full week of stuff after that. as we close out the month.